All hail Greg.
All hail, Craig.
All hail, Blake.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Kaotic podcast.
We have some
Forget
returning
Craig.
guests. We
For
got
real,
Diablo
season 3,
Slayer.
boys. Hello.
Who else? Oh, Nugget or John hasn't been here in a while. Asigur.
Hola.
And it's Corey's first time on the podcast. So
Welcome, Corey.
I was gonna say, if anyone listens to the podcast that also looks at the Instagram, I'm the one who hatched a gun egg on Borderlands 3. I became a father.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, by the way, congratulations.
Thank you. He's a very good gun. He's growing up so fast. He's killing lots
I
of
know.
enemies.
What's his name?
His name is Pat Mark II.
do you guys
First
actually
one,
have
obviously,
fun
favorite.
playing Borderlands?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I
Just
do.
because Borderlands is a game that it takes itself seriously at some times, but it also doesn't take itself seriously, but it has like that perfect mixture to it.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that's a
see,
good
for me,
thing.
I like the grind. The grind is fun.
Like I said,
Yeah.
like I hatched a gun egg, and all I hear is
Egg.
my character, like the baby starts crying. It says "wah wah" initializing, and then my character's like, "No, none of that, Pat, mate. How do I turn it off before I've bonded to it forever?" Hello there, cutie.
At least it's not the Bane.
I feel like I'd have fun playing it if it wasn't for the graphics. I think the
Don't
graphics
you
fuck up my
ever-
head.
Ever
They
bring
give me
the
a
Bane
headache.
back into this discussion? I swear to God.
You know, I was about to say something about that, but I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna let
Only
it
a
go.
few people would understand why that gun is such a struggle.
I hate it.
But you
I hate it.
guys-
I
Struggle.
hate
I
it.
did an entire playthrough on Ultimate Vault Hunter mode with the Bane.
Yeah, you're a fucking
The
idiot.
only time I switched was when I was using Slag.
Which Borderlands is y'all's favorite then? Because you're always talking
Uh,
about it.
2, definitely, just
Yeah,
because
the
of
second
Handsome
one.
Jack.
Okay, hang on. Let me fix this. The third one has great gameplay, but the story sucks booty cheeks.
See, I don't mind the story much. I just don't like the villain.
See, I actually have
Well-
a question later on in the podcast that kind of hops around on that. I mean, we can skip to that first if you guys want to talk
Hey,
about it.
Zinni, quick question. How much cursing am I allowed to do?
I don't care at the podcast.
Okay, well, the only reason I don't like the villain from Borderlands 3 is because they're assholes just to be assholes. At least in Borderlands 2, Handsome Jack had a reason to be an asshole.
Well,
It's
not only that,
gun
he
owner.
was a good asshole. He wasn't just being a dick to be a dick. He
Yeah,
was an
he
asshole
actually
with
had a
purpose.
reason to it. He had a reason to it. Just like, say, Far Cry 3.
I think
With,
those are the best villains, the ones that you can actually relate to more than the hero.
Yeah, just like Far Cry 3 with Voss. Like, he was the villain for the first half of the game, and then Hoyt took over in the second half.
Speaking
But
of Far,
Voss should have been the fucking... He should have been, like, the main villain.
well, low key, like I know this is gonna make me sound like a sociopath, but the Far Cry 5 villain, you know him, the one that ends up like nuking the
Ming?
whole world. No, Far Cry
Wait,
5.
no, that's 4.
It's fuck, what is his name? He's like the Jesus looking one. But
Jesus, like a
I
motherfucker.
kind of understood his point of view too.
Joseph.
Yeah, he
Joseph
just
C.
wanted to like, I don't know, he just wanted to restart the world basically. Like he read into the
Joseph
Bible
Seed's
too much,
spreading
bro.
Now, I'm not saying he's right. I just say I understand.
Yes, exactly.
Or like Avengers Age of
Well,
Ultron. Ultron
The problem.
looked at like the internet of the entire world in like 2 seconds, and he probably saw like Reddit and iFunny and immediately thought that this world should not exist, and I kind of agree with it.
Well, here's the thing. Joseph C. did end up being right. They did drop fucking nukes at the end of the game. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert, by the way, for people who don't play Far Cry 5. He was right.
Speaking of Far Cry, actually, you know what I'm most excited about with Far Cry 6?
Isn't it out? I saw people
They
playing
have
it.
a special thing. I'm pretty sure it's Far Cry 6. It's called Be the Villain, where you get to go through Far Cry 3, 4, and 5, playing
Oh,
as,
yeah,
Voss,
yep.
Ming, and Joseph.
All right.
See, I'd love to see like Far Cry 3 through the eyes of Voss.
Alrighty, boys. Are you guys ready for our first actual topic.
Let's
I
get
don't know.
to our topics.
Have you ever heard the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting different results.
Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over and over and over and over again, expecting shit to change.
Yep.
And that's
That
the nature of chaos.
is
Let's
crazy.
get to these topics.
Yeah, come on, let's
I'm
go,
here all
boys.
week.
All right. So the first thing I got, as we already kicked off the whole gaming topic and everything, I want to talk about some underrated games that you guys feel like are definitely underrated. Anybody can take it off first. I got a few listed down below, but if you guys want the moment to think about it, I can always give you my take on things.
Do it.
I
Go
think
ahead.
I think The Order 1886 is definitely one. It was like a PlayStation exclusive. It was like the first game that came out for the PS4. And a lot of people gave it shit just because it didn't live up to the hype that they thought it would with it being a new system and everything. But it
But
definitely
then
got...
again, there are a lot of games that do that nowadays. Like, people give it shit because it doesn't live up to the hype. Like, for
Cyberpunk.
example, Cyberpunk. Like, everyone was giving it so much shit, but when I first played Cyberpunk, I loved it.
Cyberpunk is what it is, you know? Like, it's either love it or hate it. And I
Everyone's
didn't like it.
oh, well, I'm
but-
seeing so many glitches.
I mean, glitches are in every game.
I only encountered 2 glitches while playing that game. And the first one was trying to spawn in my bike and hearing a crashing noise behind me and looking behind me and seeing some asshole driving his car over my bike. And then the second glitch that happened, I got up onto the road and I called my car. And I noticed that the distance from the car to me was closing in very rapidly. And I look into the sky and see it barrel rolling through the sky, and it took out like 7 civilians. And I'm like, that's fine.
Another one that I have is I feel like Rockstar doesn't get enough credit for LA Noire.
Yes, that was actually one of the ones I was going to bring up.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely don't get enough credit because I feel like Rockstar like fans of Rockstar only expect GTA or Red Dead Redemption and nothing else. Like, you're not allowed to have another game besides those two.
Right?
So like
Speaking of
anytime
GTA,
they make...
actually, you heard that Microsoft bought out Rockstar, yeah?
It's not confirmed yet, but I heard they were trying to. But I don't think Rockstar will do it. Like, we were actually talking about this on Tuesday's podcast that Rockstar is too money hungry. They've been making the same game for the past 12 years. I highly doubt they'll go to one system because that'll be ruining all their their
speaking of Grand Theft Auto recently, have you heard about the recent news about the remasters coming out?
No, we talked about the like to dislike ratio on Tuesday though.
If I remember correctly, they're remastering Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
Yeah, we talked about that one too. Yeah, it's finally been confirmed that they're doing it.
Bro, I'm excited to go back into fucking San Andreas, but what engine do you think they're going to use for it?
Unreal. They already confirmed that they're using the Unreal Engine.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that ought to be fun.
I know for a little cool fact that all of us kids who have played those games before are gonna have a blast with all of this stuff coming up.
Oh yeah, when I was sitting around for the news when it came out that they were remastering Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3, I got hyped as shit. And then I 100% all 3 games, and I'm like, damn, well, my life is worthless again.
All right, and before I ask y'all your underrated games, I have one last one. Days Gone gets way too much shit for how great the game is.
I have to wholeheartedly agree on that one. That kind of like re-revolutionized what it means to have like a zombie horde in a modern game.
Dude, that shit is scary. Like, I'd be playing that shit, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I turn on the lights because I'm like, I don't know when these motherfuckers gonna come out of nowhere and just start attacking me. Like, it's one of the most dangerous open world games for sure. Like, anywhere you go, you never know what's gonna happen.
It made zombies scary again.
Yeah.
When I was playing the Back 4 Blood beta,
yeah,
I was like, okay, well, everything seems a little bit too quiet. And then I rounded the corner and saw all of the special infected, like, sitting there staring at me. And I'm like, okay, I can do this one of two ways. Either walk away and let my AI teammates do it, or face them like a man.
It's one of those things where it's like everything's going a little too well.
So I chose the best of both options. I shot one of the special infected in the face and walked away and let my AI teammates do the rest.
Well, dude, speaking of Back for Blood,
They all died in 4 seconds.
it comes
Oh,
out
yeah.
in 6 days, and I currently have it downloaded on the Xbox. So once it drops release day, we'll be streaming that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, AJ's going to be here when y'all do.
Alrighty. So
3 days.
what games you guys have on your underrated list? We'll just go down in order from
Files are picked
Diablo.
up and the coolers are out in the shed.
Is he going or do you
No,
want me to
you're
go?
up. You're up. We'll go from up to down.
I
Actually,
would
you know what?
say
Here.
John, are you talking to yourself?
I put them up. Oh, hold on. I put them up on the dresser. That's right next to the freezer. They're out of the way.
I feel
Talking
that
about underrated games. Here's
I'm
an
gonna just
old
wait.
underrated game. Yeah, good. Here's an old underrated game. Pokemon Ranger.
Never played it.
That was underrated as hell, but it was such a great game.
I don't play those Pokemon games. You guys know this.
So you choose death then?
Yeah, you guys know I'm not a Pokemon.
The fuck you just say to me?
I'm not a
We're gonna
Pokemon.
completely forget about some of the better games that nobody talks about.
Which one?
I mean, for me at least, I liked ODST. A lot of people are like, "Oh my God, Halo 3's garbage, man. You know, ODST sucks." No, I actually kind of enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it because it didn't make you an invincible Spartan for once.
Yes, it gave us the side of the ODST soldiers. You know, basically the cannon fodder.
Yeah.
Resident Evil
Zinni.
5 doesn't get enough credit. Everyone hates
I
on Resident
agree
Evil
with
5, but
that.
me and John played the fuck out of that game.
Well, see, I haven't heard a lot of hate for Resident Evil 5. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about it.
Everyone says that that's the game that ruined the series, and I'm like, really?
But
That's the one? Not Operation Raccoon City?
Resident Evil
I didn't
6,
mind Raccoon City.
Resident Evil 6, I know, like, everyone hates.
Never
Oh,
played
God.
that one. I stopped at 5.
Quite honestly, I get the I understand the hype of 4, but at the same time I don't, because I never really liked it. I don't know. I guess I'm just weird when it comes to Resident Evil.
What's your underrated game?
So for my underrated game, at least one that I feel like isn't talked about as much, is Mortal Kombat. Honestly,
Which one?
Which one? Or just the series in general?
just the series in general. I feel like it's not talked about enough for a game that kind of revolutionized fighting games.
All right, here's my take on that. So the reason that is just for the sheer fact that we're in the wrong generation. Like it's not our generation's games. It's more of like older siblings' generation. Like we're too young for that to be our generation.
See, Zinni,
True.
I didn't want to say anything at first, but the way that you said, here's my take on it, the only thing I heard from your voice was, here's why you're wrong and stupid.
No, it's not like that. It's just that I don't give it any credit because, dude, I've literally played like the 10th one, and that's it, and I suck at it. So I fucking like the movies more than I like the games, and that's saying something.
Yeah, it kind of is. But I did have another one,
Your
although
soul
I guess
is
we already
mine.
did talk about it, which was Days Gone.
Yeah.
Days Gone is hella underappreciated, and it bothers the fuck out of me for it, because again, it is such a good game.
You're finally gonna re-download it and play it. Play it the whole way through.
I might.
It's just a long game. That's the problem. It's just super long.
So this
the
is
only thing I need
completely.
to do is actually.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the only thing I need to do right now is get through Diablo.
Pablo. Alright, so this is completely off topic, but I need your guys' opinions.
No.
I am playing Pokemon Sword right now, going through a Dynamax raid adventure. The legendary at the end, it says fairy type. What bets are you guys taking on what Pokemon it's going to be? Because it's
Dratini.
it's a guaranteed legendary.
Dratini.
It's Pikachu. Fuck.
It's Pikachu.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu. It's Clefairy.
Fuck!
All right, GamerCat, you're up.
The one I think is Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Okay. See, that's a game that I actually don't like, so I want to hear your take on this.
I might be biased because it was the first game I beat. I'm not gonna lie, but to me, I loved the gameplay. Like, it drew me in every moment. I was on the edge of my seat through the whole thing. Like, it was a game, but it felt like a movie. I just always loved it, and a lot of people, like, I'll talk, and a lot of my friends like, I don't even know that game, and then I'll show it to them, and it's like, it's okay, and I'm like, fuck you. Like, I don't know how to, you know.
How to
Yeah.
respond to
No,
that.
I liked the first 2 hours of it, but the longer I went on, the less I understood, and it felt like I was having a stroke.
Bro, I wish I could have a stroke.
So I was just fucking confused the whole game, and then I got to the point where I don't even remember where I was. I think I just escaped my former friends out of prison or something like that, and I was like, yeah, I gotta put this shit down because I don't know what the fuck's
Speaking of prison, here's another underrated game, A Way Out.
Yeah,
You were gonna say
very good game. Me and Joey played that for the channel.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I like that game too.
It was a great
I would-
game.
I wish more games would use that kind of concept, like where one person can own the game and everybody else can play it.
Well, see, the problem
there
is with
is
the
another
Swiss-
game like that. It's called
Army of Two.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's called It Takes Two.
Yeah, and
Not
It Takes
Army of
Two is
Two.
another one.
Yeah.
See, the problem with those games they're too predictable because you always end up fighting that person at the end.
True.
Like the person that you're with the entire time. And
But
it
A Way
happens in
Out-
every single time.
If me and AJ played that, instead of being like, "No, I don't want to hurt you. You're my brother," it'd be like, "Take a bullet, bitch."
Yeah, Joey killed me with no fucking hesitation.
Now, see, just know that deep down in my heart, I would do that for each and every one of you guys too.
What?
I would
kill us?
treat you how I treat spiders. Killed without hesitation.
All right, so we're actually going to switch to the opposite of what we just talked about, and we're going to talk about overrated games.
Okay.
Call of Duty. Any of them.
Yeah, it's true.
Madden. Any of the Maddens.
I actually have The Witcher, the Halo series, and the Metal Gear series.
Wait, the Halo
You
series?
got the Witcher.
Yeah, I don't like the Halo series, The Witcher, or Metal Gear. I think they're all overrated.
I'll give you
All
every
right, you
single
just
Halo
moved
game
yourself to the
except
top
for
of
Reach.
the list.
I hate every single Halo game except for Reach. That was the one I liked.
Nope, don't like any of them. I think they're not bad games. They're just overrated as fuck. They're not worth the money. That's why they're free on Game Pass.
You know what I say? That's one that hasn't been mentioned yet.
What's up?
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed is
God.
kind of ass. Like the new one's good, like Heat, but the rest of them, besides like the old day ones, like Most Wanted and shit
Yeah.
like that, they're all ass. Yeah.
See, the problem is they get so overhyped that like everybody expects a great game. They buy like that one Need for Speed that came out. It was so overhyped, and then I started playing, and I was like, "Wow, this is kind of ass."
I low-key didn't know Need
last
for Speed
Need for
Heat was releasing until release day, and I saw it on the store. Like it was so
Bro,
underhyped.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize it was released until like a week ago.
Bro, the last Need for
I
Speed
walked
game I
into
played was
like,
Need
I
for
walked
Speed
in-
Pro Street.
That's an old one.
And that was fucking great.
What were you gonna say, Gamer?
I walked into my friend's room and they're playing Heat. I'm like, "Oh, this game's released," and they're like, "Yeah, it has been." I'm like, I didn't know."
Yeah, no, I got that game, beat it in a day, and then just leveled up my car for like 2 weeks, and then I was like, "Well, this sucks."
Yeah,
I was like, "There's not much to do now."
you're
You're like, well,
the
shit.
game. The games nowadays are not going to be like the same. Like any reboot, I'm excited for GTA's reboot, but I'm afraid that it's going to be overhyped and it's not going
Yeah, it's not gonna live up to the hype.
to. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
But here's the reason it won't live up to the hype. Is because it's a nostalgia trip. We're gonna expect everything to be the same. We're gonna expect the same cheat codes, the same this. But we're not even playing. You got to realize we're not even playing on the same controller anymore. Like it's a complete different controller.
Yeah,
That's what I like about the Pokemon series. Is they do good with their reboots.
Oh, Pokemon's overrated as well. I gotta add that on there.
I've never had an issue with any of the reboots so far for the Pokemon series. And with
So far.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl coming out soon, like I'm hyped as fuck for that because Generation 4 was my favorite one.
Another
Even
Even
Overrated.
though my
I'm
favorite
kind of excited
legendary
about that.
comes from Generation 2.
The Elder Scrolls games are overrated as well. Sorry, guys. I just don't enjoy having fun, I guess.
no,
It's one of those games that's it's not for everybody. It takes a certain kind of audience to actually want to play that
But
game.
it's weird because I love Fallout, and literally Elder Scrolls is just like an old timey Fallout. But I just don't. I can't get into it.
that's where
That's
I'm
fair.
backwards. I can't get into Fallout unless it's New Vegas. That's all I can get into. But I can get lost in Skyrim. I can play Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, whatever, for hours, and I can be lost.
I can play Skyrim, but the rest of the Elder Scrolls, like Mordor or whatever, and Sword or not
Those
Sword,
are the ones I have a hard
Online,
time
they're
getting
ass.
lost.
They're all ass. I almost said Sword Art
Mordor.
Online. I don't remember
So-
what it was even called.
Here's the thing. Skyrim for me is I've done play. It's kind of like Diablo, but it's less fun. I've played Skyrim so many times that it takes mods for me to actually kind of enjoy the game because
I can't play
it's
games
one of
with
those-
mods. Like, I just don't find it fun.
well,
I've played
Skyrim is one of
Skyrim
those
so
games
many
where
times.
I
that-
can't play Skyrim anymore.
Like I've played Skyrim so many times that I'm always like, all right, I'm gonna go with this build this time. I'm gonna be a two-handed barbarian, and then I join the Nightingales, and I'm like, fuck.
somehow I'm a stealth archer now.
Yeah, basically.
My modded, I was getting tired of just playing Skyrim very much, and now anytime I put Skyrim into my place or download Skyrim, I bought it from the store and tried to use it that way. Yeah, I don't know what I did, but Skyrim's fucked. It won't work on anything. One time I did get it work. My guy was glitched.
Yeah, no, I'm just not a fan in total.
Oh,
AJ,
so contrary to your guys' belief, it was not a Dratini and it was not a Pikachu. It was a Xerneas. And I feel like I'm about to get
Ooh.
my shit rocked.
Do you have a Master Ball?
Yes, but with the Dynamax raids, you have to beat the Pokemon first before you have a chance to catch it. And you only get 4
Oh, yeah.
lives throughout the entire Dynamax.
I know how Dynamax
dungeon.
works. I was just wondering.
Yeah, you only get 4 lives throughout the entire dungeon. So if you lose 3 out of your 4 lives before you even get to the legendary at the end, well, that sucks. You got 1 life against that legendary.
Hey, Joe, what do you got? All right,
All
AJ's
right.
dead, guys.
I'm
Fuck
here.
me, I
You will
guess.
be
We
missed.
just
Rest in peace.
take out,
What's
2 of
the-
my team's lives in the fucking first move. That's fine.
What's
Fuck
I'm
an-
so
Xerneas.
confused. I'm here.
What's an overrated game, AJ?
Grand Theft Auto, 100%. Especially now with GTA 5 being remastered again.
Yeah.
I never got
It's not
into
being remastered, it's being
GTA 5.
re-released.
The same shit. It's being put on another console with better graphics. And I never got into GTA
Graphics
5.
aren't that much of a change. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I have both new gen consoles. It's the same shit. It's a
Right.
little better, but like, you know, All right, back to what Dakota was saying earlier about a certain game. So one of my questions is games that got everything right but the story.
Oh.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you talk about like just the games in general?
Yeah, like what game got everything right, like mechanics, this or that, and like everything right but the story.
Halo 4.
Halo
Okay.
5.
That too. Halo 4 and 5. Mechanics were both great in the games, and the story just... 5 was, I think, a laughing stock, and 4 was... No. Just no.
Got anything to add, Dakota?
Not on that game in particular, but I do have some that I would like to complain about.
Okay.
So like we were talking about earlier, Borderlands 3. So the problem that I really have with that game is it is so much fun to play, but it makes it hard to play when you don't enjoy the story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, definitely.
See, I'm surprised nobody brought it up. I don't personally think this way, but I know a large one that like I can just make a comparison to is a lot of people would say The Last of Us 2 is a game that hit on everything but the story, but I thought the story was fantastic, so I can't say anything.
So, speaking of that, I was gonna bring that up earlier, but we moved on to this, so I apologize for not saying anything sooner. I do believe, like, I've come around to The Last of Us 2. There was for a while there where I was just kind of like everybody else, saying, "Oh, well, my favorite character died, so there, automatically I hate the game."
Told you.
But reading into it a little bit more, and then going back and looking at the lore and shit like that, I gotta admit that it's kind of captivated me, and I feel like because of what they did with Joel, it made the game super unappreciated because people just assume that the game guys are gonna accompany to their audience's every request when all they're trying to do is make a great game. You know what I mean?
It's also the fact that what people can't get over is not that just the fact that Joel dies, it's the fact that Ellie doesn't get revenge. But the whole
Right.
point of the game is to tell you that revenge is pointless. Like, so at
Especially
the end
in
of
an
the game, when she goes back to the house and then she tries to play the only thing she has left of Joel, which is that song that he taught her, she can't because Abby bit off her fingers. So, like, it just shows you that revenge is pointless.
You know what that just
And-
reminds me of, though? Like, coming to think about it?
What's that?
Apparently Joel was a very big fan of... fuck, who is it? Hold on. I got the song. Like, the actual song.
Well, don't play it because I'll get copyrighted.
No shit. Apparently Joel was a very big fan of Pearl Jam. Because the song he teaches her is Future Days by Pearl Jam.
Yep.
The song came out in like 2014.
Yeah, can you imagine if he?
There's a big thing because the song came out a year after the game is set to the world would have ended.
So I'll make it even better. The Last of Us 3. In his death, Joel teaches Ellie how to play Through the Fire and Flames on one finger.
No. Can you imagine if he taught Ellie Jeremy instead? Jeremy is a song about a school shooter.
What?
Teaches her pumped up kicks.
They should have just played Africa by Toto.
Yeah, for real. Can you imagine at the end of the game where like everybody's all pissed off and shit because Ellie didn't get revenge and all yours do.
The Rick roll.
I bless the rain.
They play the Rick roll song.
No.
Oh my! I'd be so mad. The whole game was just a dream.
Bro, that would be like the biggest middle finger to anyone who fucking plays it.
There is a game like
Yes.
that where you like play through the whole fucking thing and then it turns out none of it was real. I'm trying to think of it.
You know how little that fucking narrows it down?
Dude,
Skyrim. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, to be fair, every game's like that because none of it's real when we exit out of the
The
game.
very first game I can remember that actually did that concept. It's the first game I remember, at least. It's probably been done before. Super Mario 2. You go through the entire game, and at the end you wake up, it's just a fucking dream, and you're like, what the shit?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
you're
had
right.
a birdo shove an egg up my ass and everything's fine.
That's hot. Don't mention it again.
All right, does anybody else have anything for games that got everything right but the story?
Crack an egg in their ass and
I
fuck
think
them until you
Gamer Cat's the
scramble
only
it.
one I didn't hear from.
I got nothing.
Alrighty. Well, you know what that means, boys. It's time for our controversial topics of the day. I got two
hell
today.
yeah.
If
All right.
video games make kids more violent, why are they still so easy to beat the shit out of? Why
You
is
know
my
what?
left testicle
Hold on.
bigger than my other
Before
two?
we get to the controversial subject. All right, so it's just you, right? How many
How many what?
How many dick?
I'm so confused.
how
What
many
happened?
how many third graders do you think you could beat up before they would surround you and like swarm you?
It all depends. Are they at their maximum strength?
How
Yeah.
strong is a third grader, bro?
Okay, so if they're at their maximum strength, is there any break in between waves where there's like a fifth grader boss, or is it just an endless wave of third graders?
It's just an endless wave of third graders.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
I'd probably
If they're at
say
their
at
full
least
strength and there's
43.
no Yeah, I was about to say, like, if they're at their maximum strength and none of them are sickly, I could take them all on. I could take on at least a good school's worth.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. Like Peter Griffin says in Family Guy, best thing to do is just stand in a stall and then just as they charge you, just kick them.
Zinni, I have a question.
My leg would cramp, and I think like after a good 50 kicks, my leg would just give out on me.
Zinni, I have a question.
What?
Why does being overweight cause blue hair in some women?
Why?
I was just asking.
He's asking because he needs advice.
Oh, that midlife crisis because they have them at 20.
Because the blue hair automatically makes them right.
Apparently.
Blue hair, the
It's
blue
like
hair
the
gives them a
Super
fucking +2 to defense and a
It's-
+6 to charisma.
It's the Super Saiyan Karen.
Oh my
Super
god.
Saiyan.
I hate
Don't
it.
make me assume my ultimate form!
Controversial topics of the day. Do you guys think that certain game developers seem to be pushing more LGBTQ content?
Yes.
Oh god.
They
yeah.
are.
Too
They
much.
are pushing more
like
of it.
too much.
It's way too fucking
Too
much.
much for it to be comfortable, I should say.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's still some straight people left in the world, guys. You don't have to make me gay in every single video game that I play.
Like, I don't mind if, like, because, okay, here's the thing. So I completely agree with that, but on the other hand, like, I don't mind seeing them, just don't shove it down my fucking throat every 10 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when
I
there's
feel
a
like-
gay person in a game, it seems like they have they every like 5 minutes they have to reassure the fact that they're gay.
I feel
Right.
like I do like how they are including or trying to include everyone nowadays because that just means less people to bitch.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
it's,
Everybody's
less
gonna
people
bitch,
that I
though.
have to hear.
It's a video
bitch.
game.
Video game.
but like one of the biggest ones that do this is like I was telling you guys on Tuesday, Life is Strange. Every single game that that Square Enix puts out, you have the option to be like gay or straight or whatever.
Bro, I straight up would have given it to Chloe in the first game. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. But like at some point I'm like, dude, you don't have to do this like every single game. Like I get it's a cool concept, like and you guys were like before your time because they were doing it in like 2013 when the first Life is Strange came out.
But then again, I kind
this is
of
every
do
game.
I kind of do blame like old TV shows and shit for my taste in women. Like
Yeah.
think Ed, Edd and Eddy, the blue-haired canker sister.
Eh,
I had a crush on Ed's sister.
oh, boy.
The
Bro,
blonde
I
one.
I would not be able to fucking deal with her constant bitching.
The one that yelled
She
and
would've
was
gotten a brick
abusive.
to the
Yeah, that
head.
makes
Yeah,
a
she
lot of
would've gotten a-
sense.
Or
Yeah,
like,
she's like, she
yeah,
starts
like
yelling
those
at me,
old-
you're in the.
Those old shows really like shaped me into who I am today. Like I saw a picture the other day of Double D coming downstairs and opening Ed's door and just seeing Ed fucking devouring his own bed. And I'm like, yeah, I fucking felt that.
All right. So the last controversial thing I had to ask you guys about. So I saw a thing earlier today. It was a video on TikTok, but it was like a news channel. A skateboarder in New York City throws a drink on newly built George Floyd statue in New York, and the police are paying $3,500 for information on the skateboarder. So
They
like,
should have just knelt. They should have just knelt on it.
are they like? Do you think that's like free speech to be able to throw shit on it, or?
I mean,
'Cause
it's
I was
free
seeing, like-
speech to do whatever the fuck you want. That's why fucking soldiers died and why the founding fathers intended is for us to say whatever the fuck we want to say.
But now the police are searching for the man and offering a pretty big reward for any information.
All right. Can
You guys want to go on a bounty hunt?
Everybody's gonna agree with.
You guys
Okay,
want to
go.
go on a bounty hunt?
No,
Here's what I'm gonna
dogs
say.
got us.
I'm gonna just say this right now, and I don't want y'all getting all butthurt about it or anything else like that. But I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get butthurt
this-
just because you
If
told me
this were
not to.
shut up, if this were a statue of literally anybody else, everybody would be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good thing." To be
Yeah.
honest, yes. Now recording.
Well, now we can say
Fuck off,
"fuck you," Craig, because he really cut us
yeah.
off halfway through the conversation. I might as well download this link a while before I fucking lose it forever. But back to what we were saying. Go ahead, Dakota.
But I'm just saying, if we're gonna get hurt, butthurt about every statue being, disgraced and whatnot, make sure it is about every statue. Don't do this just because it's one statue and you don't agree with that opinions. What if some people don't agree with like the Ulysses S. Grant statue being taken down? Totally understand why you'd be butthurt about that. But if somebody else gets hurt about that statue being disgraced, then let them. Who gives a shit? Again, to me, they're just statues. I don't give a fuck about them. But I know people care. So either all of it's okay or none of it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I think a big thing with it is we need to stop making fucking statues for every single thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you.
Like,
I
I
like
don't
my
remember-
statues.
I don't really understand why if we're tearing statues down, why do we keep putting up new ones? Because they're just gonna get torn down in 50 years when we have another, group of intellectual children running the country.
Bro, I'm gonna fucking commission a statue of Handsome Jack.
Why? Just so some two gun wielding motherfucker comes in and just starts tearing it down?
I'm thinking
We
of
get a-
starting a video game sleeve on my leg.
Bro, if someone
I'm
comes
just saying,
in
random
trying to
video
like
games?
destroy my
No.
statue,
Characters and shit.
if someone comes
I
in
would
trying
get
to
like,
destroy my statue, I am going to pay them to kill themselves.
fuck your statue. It's just Borderlands. Nobody likes Borderlands.
I will shove my foot up your ass and wear you as a
Nobody
slipper.
likes Borderlands.
No, it's not even
I
because of
never
Borderlands.
tried
I just want to wear you as a slipper. I think you'd be comfortable, boy.
Kinky. Anyway. I don't like the way you said boy. I feel like you had some hidden context in it. I'm just kidding.
Boy, touch me, my
Boy.
boy. Bring me my axe.
If you
Sure,
don't
I was talking
behave
about Kratos. Yes, 100%.
Boy, bring me that ass.
All right. So, are you guys ready? We're finally getting down to the nitty gritty of what this whole conversation is going towards. We're doing Xbox versus PlayStation today, boys.
Son of a bitch.
That's what this led to.
Yeah, everything led to this moment right here. So first thing we're gonna do is me, a PlayStation guy, hardcore PlayStation guy, I'm gonna shit on you guys that like Xbox for
Fuck you.
us having better
like Xbox
exclusives by reading off, you guys' exclusives list that I could find compared to ours.
Okay, so fuck PlayStation, fuck Xbox, fuck PC, fuck Nintendo, fuck them all. I just want to sit down and play some games with the boys. I don't give a fuck what I'm playing on.
Breaks out
Huh?
the old Sega Genesis.
Breaks out the old Pong machine.
God damn it.
That's it for game night. We're playing ping pong.
So are you guys ready to hear this pathetic
Okay.
list that you guys have compared to us?
Oh
Let's
god,
do
most of your exclusives aren't even exclusive anymore.
I'm listing anything that started off as exclusive or was like imported to just PC recently, you know?
Okay, fair.
But you just can't get it on Xbox. That's what I mean by exclusive. So for Xbox, we only have Halo, Sea of Thieves, Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, which I'm currently playing. That's a good game. Forza. You guys do have the better racing game. I'll give you that. State of Decay, Gears of War, and Fable.
Yeah, we do only have Fable. Shit, I forgot about Fable.
I can't wait to hear like the first one being God of War and fucking.
It really is. And for PlayStation, we have God of War, Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, Uncharted, Shadow of Colossus, Ghost of Tsushima, Until Dawn, Infamous, Days Gone, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Detroit Become Human, and Death Stranding. So how's that make you guys feel?
Like you were
it is what it
100%
is.
right. PlayStation has 100% better exclusives.
It is what it is, I guess. I mean,
Like I'm not gonna lie, like even without fucking God of War being on there, my favorite game at the moment, like that has taken number one in my heart, is Ghost of Tsushima. And I will never turn my back on that game. Yeah, you don't understand. That is the only game right now that I have 100% and that I still enjoy playing right now.
Okay. See you, Dakota.
Huh?
I see you. Being a real G over here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like some of the Xbox exclusives. Again, like Forza and shit like that. But PlayStation 100% has the best exclusives, you know, for systems.
Yes, sir, it does. But are you more of an Xbox or PlayStation person?
I'm gonna be honest. PlayStation.
Okay, because I know you own both, but I only see you over there playing your Xbox, so I had to ask, you know?
But yeah, I mean, I have games on my Xbox that I don't have on the PlayStation, and that's kind of why it's like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so is anybody here representing Xbox? Because I'm going to explain what happens next. So we each... You going to go Xbox?
does anybody want to help me with this? John, you
What?
help me?
So what's going to happen is every person from top to bottom is going to have 3 minutes to explain their side and why they think which one's superior. So
Good. Who's first?
that would be Dakota. Let me set my timer. Let me know when you're ready, sir.
I'm ready to go.
Alrighty, go.
So let's just be honest here when we're talking about exclusives and shit like that. We can all agree, at least I feel in my heart, that we can at least agree on one topic, that PlayStation will always be superior in exclusives, just because I feel like PlayStation actually puts time into their exclusives, whereas Xbox is only doing Halo. And you can't deny that because they just came out with a new fucking Halo, and everybody's already reporting a bunch of problems and shit like that. But that's at the same time telling me, you know, don't get me wrong. I love Xbox and I love playing on it, and I do feel like they have better controllers, but that does not mean it is the superior console when it comes to things like exclusives. Where like PlayStation, you play one God of War and you tell me that if you have more fun playing that than you have playing Halo. Now again, it is like a chooser's game where you choose to play that or you choose to play this. But I much rather play a game where I'm going to have fun rather than playing the same game that literally has no changes to it whatsoever for the next 10 to 15 years. Other than that, I mean, the argument's kind of simple, where PlayStation is still going strong in the PlayStation 4 days, where they, the last game that released for exclusive was Ghost of Tsushima. I think we all can agree is a great game. And Xbox, on the other hand, it took them how long to come out with this new Halo? You know, it's not worth me sitting there and buying another Halo game for $60 or $70 when I know for a fact I'm not going to enjoy it.
You
But
got anything else?
I think that's my entire argument there.
Alrighty. With a minute to spare. All right, who's next? Arsonist.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
You have the stand, my friend.
Be that as that may, when it comes to God of War and Halo and whatnot, you got to think we also have a lot of other exclusives that nobody likes to talk about. For example, Fable. At least in my personal opinion, Fable wasn't a bad series. Could have been better, yeah, but that's the same thing with the earlier God of Wars. The earlier God of Wars could have been a lot better than what they were. I will say, God of War, I think it was Ascension. That was amazing. So was Halo 2. You got to think about that. There are a lot of exclusives that are pretty much equal to the PlayStation exclusives, if not better. Trying to find a better way to put it, because I am pretty much all alone here defending Xbox.
I'm alone here defending Xbox. Fuck off.
Well, why don't you say something? Help me, damn
Because
it!
it's your turn to speak, dick shit.
Yeah, John's after you.
Fair. Trying to think. What else can I say? Elder Scrolls is coming to Xbox, making us exclusively, able to access it besides PC at least. Granted, it didn't start out on an Xbox platform. Damn it, I don't like being put on the fucking spot. This is actually making me nervous. This isn't fair.
You can pass it to
That
John.
sucks. You want to be a politician, learn to
up.
fucking deal with it.
Fuck you, bitch.
Just hand it to John. He never shuts up. I'll even add 1 year minute to him.
Fucking, okay. Say no more.
You'll get 4 minutes, John.
John, it's you. Help me out.
John's like doesn't even pick Xbox, he picks PlayStation.
Just because of what he said earlier.
John's
What'd you
Turn
put
of
it
events.
past?
John actually sat in favor of Nintendo.
Ah!
I don't count Nintendo as a console though.
That's fair.
Go ahead, John. It's up to you.
Oh, it is up to me? Oh, shit.
Yeah, you already missed 30 seconds. Go.
See, me personally, I can't really choose between PlayStation or Xbox just because both of them have really great exclusives. And
Oh, man.
in recent times, we actually have been able to play with both PlayStation and Xbox together. Other than that, I love a lot of the exclusives PlayStation has, but I also love a shit ton of the exclusives that Xbox has. For like example, with what Zinni was saying, with God of War, and I can't remember who the fuck said it because I don't really care. Bloodborne. Both of those are really great games for PlayStation, and they fit PlayStation very well. But then Xbox also has Halo. We have a couple of other exclusives, which I can't really think of off the top of my head because, again, I really just don't give a fuck. But yeah, no, each console has their exclusives. Each console does great with those exclusives. And both consoles actually do have some really good specs to them. So, in turn, didn't ask, don't care, go fuck yourself.
All right.
That is fair.
Gamer
It is
Cat.
going to be so great. Someone's going to listen to this podcast and they're going to be like, damn, my first time listening to this podcast and I already got told to go fuck myself. That's a new record.
All right. Corey, you're up. 3 minutes.
I have to go PlayStation. I grew up in a household that had both. Like my brother was an Xbox dude. I was PlayStation. I personally loved PlayStation. I didn't really deal with the exclusives. Like some of the exclusives you guys were talking about, I didn't even know. Uh, I just mainly liked it. The graphics were better to me than the Xbox. I hated the Xbox graphics whenever I played it. I feel like PlayStation has better graphics, more games that had storylines to it. I felt like I really don't got much. Like
Yeah. Oh, if that's
it,
all you got, that's fine with
yeah,
me.
that's
'Cause
like literally all I got because like
I'm gonna defend
I
my boy for a minute. I'm gonna defend my boy for a solid minute. All right. So here's my take. Starting the timer now. 3 minutes probably go over. Here's my thing. I'm gonna hit what you guys hit real quick. Exclusives. I feel PlayStation definitely blows Xbox out of the water. Not with just how many, but like quality of them as well. A lot of you guys is just reboot like of the same shit over and over again. And as you guys do have some exclusives that beat ours, like your racing games definitely beat ours. Forza is definitely better than Gran Turismo. Um, you guys lose out on a lot of the single player action games and stuff like that, like Uncharted and The Last of Us, like great story games that actually keep you invested. You guys lose out on. But going off this, I've owned every console. So I currently own the next gen Xbox One S, and I also own a PS5. So going off of statistics, there is no hype for the Xbox. There was absolutely no hype. When I was waiting outside of Camp Hill Mall trying to get a PS5 and there was like 300 people online, not one person said they wanted the Xbox. Not one single person. Uh, the PS5 is always sold out. You can buy an Xbox One S right on Amazon. You know, like you might not get the X because that's the disc version or whatnot, but like there's never been a PS5 that I've seen available for more than 30 seconds on the internet. And Xbox One S, I decided, hey, I want to buy one, and I bought one like a month ago, just like that. And to be fair, I didn't even know I was buying a next gen. I thought I was buying the Xbox One S. So when it came, I was surprised. So there's no hype behind Xbox. You guys haven't won like a console war since the Xbox 360. That was the last good gaming system that you guys actually developed. And Xbox has no consistency, not just with the controllers, not with the way that you guys is live and everything's set up. Like even your names aren't consistent. Like it was supposed to go to the 720 because Xbox 360, Xbox 720, and you went Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox S, Xbox X. Like none of it makes any fucking sense.
Doesn't have a lot of consistency.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I love life.
At least the PlayStation controller stayed the same throughout the years, but it also developed enough where we can steal you guys as players, and that's what we have done ever since the PS4. I feel like there's been more PlayStation players than Xbox. I only got 20 seconds left. That's basically everything I got on the situation. Enhancement wise, PlayStation graphics are better on next gen. We just do. I feel like we do everything better. So that's my TED talk. Thanks for coming.
There is one thing I would like to add on to your argument, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
One thing that everybody here has to give PlayStation is the fact that they are trying to at least make their system look new and not just a huge fucking block.
yeah.
I'll give it to Xbox for one thing, and that's the Game Pass. The Game Pass is a very cool thing, and I think it's really cool. But the problem with Xbox is it's all about money. So, like, Bill Gates is a fucking millionaire. I think that's who owns it, right? Microsoft.
Yeah,
Microsoft,
yeah, Bill
yeah.
Gates.
Yeah.
My take on the whole thing is when the Xbox Series S or Series X and the PlayStation 5 were announced, I just had a fucking laugh to myself because the PlayStation 5 looked like a fucking Wi-Fi router.
Those
And
the Xbox
Series
stuff.
X looked like a fucking mini fridge.
The Xbox
It was
Yeah.
fucking
X
great.
looks like my Xfinity Wi-Fi router, as the PS5 looks like my CenturyLink one. So
Either way, I found it fucking hilarious. I'm sitting here like,
I'm gonna tell you guys something though. The PS5 is way bigger than you think. Like,
Yeah,
oh, I
real.
know, I've seen it.
PS5 weighs 15 pounds.
God damn.
When I first came over here to Quentin's house and I saw the thing, I was like, "Holy shit! Why is that thing so fucking big?"
Yeah. Davis,
What's up?
nice of you to join us in the last 5 minutes. So, quick, going off of what I said, why is PlayStation a superior console? You have 2 minutes.
PlayStation is a superior console based on one reason and one reason alone.
PlayStation.
The graphics just come off better whenever there's a PlayStation exclusive game compared to anything that Xbox has thrown out.
Boom.
There we go.
Okay.
Consistency.
Amen.
Starting to
Sorry,
see a
I
pattern
just came
here.
back from
Fuck off,
digging
cat.
shit out of a fucking septic tank, and now I'm still panting, but I'm fresh out the shower, so I don't smell like shit anymore.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
at
by
least.
the way, Davis, it's a ghost
Yeah.
type legendary. What is it? Oh, fuck me.
Darkrai?
No, it's a Giratina. I'm so
Ooh.
fucked.
Cat.
All right, does
please.
anybody else have anything they want to add on for today?
It's good to be back on the podcast. I'm glad to see we're still doing this. Season 3's out, and I can't wait for more to hear from you guys.
Dakota and I are the best teammates / mortal enemies.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna.
Me and Davis go at each other's throats, but we make one hell of a fucking team.
Monkey time.
Probably one of the episodes next week, we're actually going to do live. So for those who aren't a part of this and you want to check in, we'll be answering questions as we go. And we have some questions from the Chaos group in general already building up. So we're going to answer those. And then as people join and ask questions, we're going to do that. So leave a like on the video, share it, whatever you want to do. And that's all I got for you guys today.
Mine AJ, they short teenager and can't drive.
It was nice hanging out with the podcast crew again.
Alrighty.
It was nice for being like my first video. It was nice.
Yeah. It was nice having all of you guys. Thank you. I'm going to go get shit, shower, and shave because me and Kayla got a date to go watch the next Venom. So,
All right, brother.
Everybody drop spoilers in the comments.
Zinni, remember what I said. There's a end
always
credits scene.
stay. You always stay for Marvel movies. But alright, you guys. Peace out.
See ya.
Peace.